Guys, Nick from BBG here. Hey, we just want to jump into ourselves as a seller, right? When we're ready to sell our business, it can be a very emotional thing. We've spent a lifetime or many years or tons of money or a divorce or whatever it is to build this business. And so when it comes time, it becomes a very emotional thing. And unfortunately, in selling businesses, we have to take that emotion out of it and we have to look at it very black and white. We have to put ourselves in the shoes of the buyer. What is the buyer actually interested in buying? They're not interested in buying a client list or the tooling or basically a job, right? A buyer, an informed buyer, is going to be looking for something that they can put money into and basically get a return on investment. They put money in this vending machine and it spits out something to them. So when we're getting ready to sell the business, we have to look at our systems and our processes and our team to make sure that we have a package deal to be able to give to a potential buyer. If we don't have a package, if we don't have a system, if we don't have a process, if we don't have the right people, we're essentially selling a job to somebody. And although that is possible, most investors or most buyers are not looking for a job. They're looking for a machine that prints money, right? And they're looking for good people that are in the business that do a good service, build a good product, and do it the right way. So we have to take the emotion out of this and we have to look at very black and white. We have to make sure our numbers are in line. Our POS matches our QuickBooks, which matches our taxes. Or there needs to be an explanation for why there are things that aren't matching, right? We need to take some time to peel that onion back and see what the layers are of this business and build them out in a way that is a great package for a potential buyer. Now, systems and processes and the way the business is running are critical because that's really going to drive value of that business, right? So let's say you're trying to get $1 million, but your ducks aren't in a row. Well, we're probably gonna have to sell that at a discount, say for 800,000, and we're gonna have to change our terms. But if our systems, processes, and team are in place, and it's kind of just that machine that I'm talking about, well, we're more likely to get that $1 million, and our terms are going to be better. They're going to be in more of our favor. The less operationally well a business is, puts more risk on you as a seller because there's way greater chance that that next buyer is not going to be able to operate it the same way that you are. So by sharpening our sword, by sharpening our axe, and maybe taking some time to make some key improvements in the business, we can get a higher price, we can get better terms, but there's more likelihood that the buyer is going to be successful. And if we're holding the note, if we're doing seller financing, the key is that the buyer is going to be successful because we really don't want to sell the business and have to come into the business a year, 2 years later, and it's a hodgepodge. It's crazy. It's inefficient. And now we're squirming, and now that business is actually worth less because it's not as operationally functional as it was when you had it originally. So we have to analyze that and understand where we're at. So guys, the main focus is before you're ready to sell, sharpen your sword, sharpen your axe, make sure your systems, your processes, your numbers make sense, and let's make a package that makes it a no-brainer for a buyer to come in and want your business. You've worked a full lifetime to build your business. Let's sharpen it up. Let's dot the I's, cross the T's, and make sure that a buyer wants this thing and can be successful. It's critical to your future. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Hope this helps.